2 weeks ago, I talked about forgotten features that will eventually come to Paralives. For some reason, I was only able to list 7 when in reality, there's so much that they've confirmed over the years that I personally forgot about. We're going on year 6 of being a part of the Paralives development. There's no way I'm going to remember everything they confirmed or even hint at a detail being a possibility. Thank the LifeSim gods, they have created this incredible website that goes into so much detail of what has, was, or is being currently worked on. It's literally a goldmine for all things Paralives. As a girly with a one-track mind for gameplay, I tend to neglect looking into other modes that are just as important. After the Paramaker overview dropped, I got confirmation that the character creator was great and kind of checked out after that. I didn't realize how in-depth this mode was, which is crazy because a requirement for me to connect with my game is to have a detailed character creator. That's what I get for only focusing on the gameplay, so it's only right I make a video looking into the top 10 confirmed Paramaker features you forgot about. And by you, I really mean me. Again, this is another video that's meant for me. Asymmetry is a feature I never thought I would want, but could easily turn into something I never knew I needed. Asymmetrical clothing and accessories is an option that can take the characterization of a para from one level to the next. The right pair of mismatched socks would add another element of storytelling. We actually got a chance to see how this would work in the Happy Holidays video they posted a while back. As you can see by the UI, this video is 3 years outdated. Luckily, this is still confirmed on the roadmap, so maybe there's been some improvements over the years. What I probably would use the most from this feature is separate earrings on different ears. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but I do hope having multiple piercings is an option that we eventually will see in Paralives. I'm constantly giving my Sims multiple piercings, and the number can vary based on that particular Sim's vibe. Either way, never knew I needed asymmetrical accessories, but happy all the same now that we know it's coming. One thing the Enzoi Character Studio taught me is presets are a huge necessity for me. It wouldn't matter how many sliders there are or the range at which you can push and pull them. A preset just does it for me, whether I want to get super detailed and intricate or I'm just having one of those lazy days when I want to slap a sim together and get into the game. So thank the dev team for making this a reality, because one thing Paralives won't be missing are presets. A lot of us are already familiar with the face and body sliders. Those of us who spend too much time in Create a Sim know the best ways to create unique looking Sims are combining sliders with a good base. Confirmation for presets coming to the base game is listed on the roadmap, and you can find glimpses of the many face and body presets sprinkled throughout the plethora of videos on the Paralives YouTube channel. I might be biased because of my experience with The Sims 4, but this is the perfect and only way to do character creation justice in my opinion. On the topic of Paralives raising standards, I have to say this next small detail adds so much immersion that my 2-hour minimum in the character creator will probably double when I get my hands on this game. The music in the Paramaker works dynamically with the player's zoom level and will change the vibe of the current track that's playing depending on what you're working on. When focused on choosing outfits or developing their personality, the game will recognize you're zoomed out and all elements of the current song will play. But then when you get close and personal, the track will be stripped down to aid in that focused energy. We saw an example of this on their YouTube where they showcased a song that will be part of the OST. Can I just point out, every track that has come out from the Paralives soundtrack, I'm so obsessed with. I have the habit of muting in-game music and playing my own, but if we get more music like You Call That Dancing, which is my favorite song out of the entire soundtrack, plus the addition of dynamic music, don't be surprised if I post a couple of early access videos, then disappear for a couple of weeks. Y'all know where I'm at, just wait on me. Remember the excitement and buzz around the official Parafolk reveal? The most impressive detail that jumped out at me was it looked as if they were editing the para directly from live mode. A simple click of the dresser and you could change anything and everything without sitting through a loading screen. It wasn't until later when they showcased the official Paramaker is when I assumed the ability to edit your para in live mode was done away with. However, based on the roadmap, we'll be getting the best of both worlds. I'm guessing the way this will work is you'll have the initial Paramaker when starting a new game or creating a new household from the town edit screen. Then later when you're in game, you can avoid the hassle of leaving live mode and edit your existing para right then and there. This is genius to keep the flow of the game going, because you don't know how many times I've gone into cast, stepped away to pass the time of the loading screen, to then sit back down and my motivation to continue just depletes in an instant. Whoever pitched pitched this idea, seriously keep doing whatever you're doing because it's working and I'm in love with it all. I feel these next features need no introduction. They're staples for a great life sim, and I doubt any of you forgot about these, but they're way too notable not to mention. You never know how much you need a feature until you don't have it. Being able to randomize your para is so useful on those lazy days when you just want to jump straight into the gameplay. I'm pretty sure the community will come up with some other creative ways to utilize the randomizer. The free placement of tattoos was so well done. Would love to see the ability for an opacity slider, but the tattoos feel so authentic to real tattoos. I can live without this, to be honest. Really, any improvements from the Sims 3 tattoo system is good enough for me. I'm still scarred by that. Clothing layering was one of those features that I didn't believe was possible until they showed it in action. So many customization possibilities with this one. 10 out of 10, one of the many smartest decisions they've ever made. Comparing the first time we were introduced to the height slider in the Meet Maggie video to the recent update in the Paramaker overview, I can't say I noticed the improvements. However, I do remember the explanation behind said improvements were mentioned in a private Patreon post. The only thing I'll say on that is the changes are subtle, but were made for the better. If you needed any more confirmation that pets are coming, it is mentioned in the roadmap under the Paramaker tab that we will be able to create dogs, cats, and horses sometime after early access. I said this in my last video where I discussed Paralives features you may have forgotten. I don't play with pets much, so I won't miss them during the initial launch, but happy we'll see them eventually. Storytelling is the most attractive part of why a lot of us are addicted to life sims, and the best way we can tell our stories are the wild and memorable moments we capture in-game. So just imagine how addicting the game can be when you have such a detailed and in-depth photo mode dedicated to capturing your best curated moments. Photo mode is a feature we've seen snippets of, but a public Patreon post from June of 2022 goes into just how much creative freedom you can expect from this game. Reading the description directly from said post, photo mode is a special mode where time is stopped and you have greater control on characters, the time of day, and other settings to take special pictures of the game. Basically confirming that an in-game photo system is going to make things so easy to create very specific moments without jumping through hoops to set up the perfect shot. One of the notable details that stood out to me is how you can choose any animation from the game, possibly custom animations once modders get their hands on this, and then select any specific moment of that animation. I highly recommend reading this public Patreon post as I only covered the surface of the capabilities we will get from this new mode in Paralives. The best part is how this isn't even restricted to just Paramaker, but can be used at any point during the game. This is why photo mode is in the top spot of my most anticipated features in this video and deserves way more attention. Now this last feature is so good, I just had to create a bonus spot above number 1. It's systems like this that make me feel this game was designed with my specific playstyle in mind. If you ever wanted to know why I'm so obsessed with Paralives, it's honestly as close to my dream game as you can get. The decision to have the personalities start out simple, which makes the difference from one para to the next feel more noticeable and defined, was genius. The way this feature goes hand in hand with gameplay, starting off with distinct traits and characteristics that will develop over time depending on how you choose to play. Such an easy way to give the player a sense of accomplishment while becoming attached to the paras you've watched change and grow over time. So obsessed with any chance at storytelling and getting emotional about my characters, this ties those two together in the best way through gameplay. I doubt anyone has forgotten about this feature, but it felt criminal not to include it on this list. Really, I don't think anyone forgot most of these incredible details, but a refresher was overdue. Can you guys believe we're so close to the beginning of the end in this already iconic and nostalgic chapter of Paralives? My point in making these videos is to save a sort of time capsule of what it was like pre-Paralives. The wait might feel long, but once the game is out, it's out. And this unique excitement from waiting on the release won't ever feel quite like this. But that's what the free updates and the official full game launch are for. It'll still be nice to look at the difference in the change from now compared to Paralives in 5 years after early access. I can't even fathom what that could look like, so I refuse to even think that far. Just want to let you know I won't be posting next week only because I have 2 really special videos coming, so expect 2 videos in 1 week to make up for it. I'm super excited about this one. Let me know in the comments if you have any guesses of this long overdue video that should have already been posted on this channel.